Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It is Palestine here. I wanted to make another video for you, and this video is going to be a carry on from the short that I made last night when I was talking about how I still have flashbacks about the fact that my dog was bitten by a snake. And I was thinking about it this morning, and I was thinking, some people may think that's petty. Some people may think it's petty that I'm having flashbacks because my dog was bitten by a snake. But it was upsetting to me. And what I wanted to talk about in this video was trauma, the effect that trauma has on the brain. So that is something that I think is important. Even though I personally wasn't bitten by the snake, my dog was bitten by the snake, and it traumatized me, and I didn't know what to do. When he was bitten by the snake, I didn't know what to do, and I still feel bad about that. I feel bad about the fact that I didn't know what to do. So in this particular video, I want to talk about the effect that trauma has on the brain, because obviously I'm being told I'm mentally ill. Well, if I'm mentally ill, there's a reason for that. I wasn't born mentally ill. I mean, we spent the first several videos talking about how the fact that I was neglected and abused, and now we're going to be talking about trauma. And so I looked it up on my good friend Copilot. It said, what effect does trauma have on the brain? And said trauma alters the brain chemistry, which is called the fear circuitry. It's a protective mechanism that can cause the brain to freeze, dissociate, or even have survival reflexes. Trauma overreacts the amygdala. In the amygdala, you've got two amygdalas near the brainstem, one for each hemisphere of the brain, and it's part of the brain that governs emotions, memory, and survival. Okay, so your amygdala becomes hyper alert to potential threats even when there is no danger. It stores trauma memories in the amygdala. So you've got two amygdalas, one in each hemisphere of the brain, close to your brainstem. The trauma memories are stored in the amygdala, which can cause them to be confused and associated with strong feelings. And then it reduces the volume of the hippocampus. I'm not sure exactly where the hippocampus is, but it's another part of the brain. Adults with PTSD may have a smaller hippocampus, and it dysregulates stress symptoms. Trauma can dysregulate the body stress symptoms, which can lead to adverse brain development. And it gives you a list of effects that trauma has on the brain. It can impact brain development, can cause cognitive changes, can cause emotional responses, can cause behavioral responses, can cause social responses, and can cause developmental responses. And I know a few people who have PTSD, and I know a few people who have complex PTSD. So trauma does affect your brain, and I related to you the incident where my dog was bitten, but I've had lots more traumatic incidences than that. But I just wanted to relate to you about my dog, because I had been talking about my dogs, and then I remembered that incident, and I felt that I wanted to make a video about it, to put it out there in the universe so I can make it public knowledge what happened and how I felt and how I didn't know what to do. And so now what we're going to be doing, what I've talked about in this video, is the effect that trauma has on the brain. So if people say that I'm mentally ill, well, there's a reason for that, because I've had a lot of traumatic experiences. It's not something that just happened, you know. And that's whenever I spoke to the mental health professionals, they were not interested in my past experiences. They had already made up their own mind about what they believed my mental illness to be. And so I'm on Facebook, and I'm on a few Facebook groups for mental health, and some people actually want to cooperate with the mental health professionals, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them have been misdiagnosed. A lot of them have been stressed. A lot of them have been forcibly drugged. A lot of them have had ECTs. It's a terrible, terrible situation to be in once you get in the radar of UK mental health professionals. So I think I've talked about trauma. So I think that's going to conclude this video. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. And I look forward to making more videos about my experiences for you in the future.